Howdy folks, welcome back to Derail Valley. As you can see, we are up here at Machine Factory. I took the taxi, which took quite a while to get up here. It's a little after 6 in the evening. But the reason I want to come up here is I want to get to the shop and get to the remote like I mentioned last episode. So let's go see if we can track down the shop. And I'm a little rusty on the area, but I believe, is it northwest? No, southeast. I was close. By close, I mean complete opposite. So this is north. So we need to go southeast. And in theory, there's a shop over here. So let me just sprint across here, spam on the old F key. Sneak through these cars. Over here. I feel like I keep getting turned around. Yeah, so it should be east and then southeast. I'll find it eventually. Where's my map? There it is. Yeah, it looks like it should be. Unless I'm... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong... I might be looking at the wrong thing. So is it actually northwest? Yeah, that's right. I don't know which color is... Like, there's two house icons. I don't know which is which. Yeah, I think I was turned around. I think I was looking at the wrong color. So we're there by the military yard, and then the shop. Yeah, there it is. All right. We're good. I've been super busy, so I appreciate you sticking with the series, even though it's only coming out once a week. I've got the other stuff going on. Life and work has been super busy, and I don't have a lot of time to just get in here and explore the world, so I'm a little lost. But that's what we want right there. $35,000 worth of remote. So let me grab the little scanner. Once you have the scanner, it'll tell you a little more about each thing. And there is all kinds of cool stuff in here. Once we get to where we want to customize the locomotive, I think I'm probably going to wait until I have my own. You can customize the like rented locos, but of course if you go away on the map, then all your stuff falls off. That's a little bit of a pain, but I do want one of these remote controllers, so we're going to grab that. That's the main point of this episode. Let's get one of these, and then we will pop that down. Insert wallet to pay. Going to be very painful. We got 103. I did a little shunting work in between episodes, and also picked up the long train 2 because the shunting job was really long, but it basically almost paid for itself. So do that, confirm. Here we go. There's our receipt, which we don't need. We just plop that over there. And here is our remote. I put that on number 2. Yeah, there we go. All right. The sun's going down, but so if you're not familiar, the remote lets you pair up with certain locos, like the DE2 and the DH4. And then just what you would think, it lets you remotely control that locomotive up to like 400 meters away or so. It does have a signal range. It's got a little solar thing up there that lets you recharge it. So as long as you're outside a decent amount of time, it will stay charged. So there we go. We can turn it on and off. We can pair it with a loco. We have to be next to the locomotive to do that. So I'm going to do a little looking around the area here, find the locomotives that are available for use. And the sun's going down, so I'll probably wait to do a little video tomorrow in game. So I'm going to do some background stuff, and I'll see you on the other side of the cut. Okay, unfortunately, it looks like the only thing that's up here is DH4s, a couple DE6s, and then there was the big steam loco. I think it's like the S282, something like that. None of that stuff we have licenses for, and I didn't see any DE2s around. So I think I'm going to just have to take a taxi back down to where we were. At the sawmill, there's jobs. I believe there's jobs we can do with the DE2 at the sawmill. So we're going to do that, and it's also nighttime. So if I bring up the map, and you can click on any of these like spots, have a train station, and you're taking, I call it a taxi, but it's probably supposed to be a passenger train. So if we click here, Say I want to fast travel. It's going to cost me $1,300, and we'll get there at like 10:30 at night. Just costs a little bit of money. And then we will see, is the loco still here? Yes, it is. There's our little DE2. So it's the middle of the night. I don't want to do a job in the middle of the night, so we'll do some sleeping, but let's just double check here. Yeah, we've got some stuff going to the harbor. That doesn't pay too bad. The tonnage is fun. And then we got stuff going to the... We got a shunting. Actually not too terrible. We might consider doing that. Would like to do it in the daytime though. Yeah, there's actually a decent amount of shunting to do here for some extra money. And we do have the service center here. We can service the loco, so that's nice. Yeah, maybe we'll just do some shunting with the remote, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to do it in the middle of the night, so let's go ahead and sleep. I'd like to sleep until probably 5:41. Well, I guess time goes pretty quickly because the weather forecast changes at 6 o'clock, and it'll let us know what the weather's going to be like. So we'll do a little shunting with our shiny new remote. And the sun's starting to come up. Let me go get my loco and we'll see which one of these pays the most. This guy. Unload and store a train with Iskar tooling. That just needs a long one license, so we can definitely do that. So that'll go in our 6 slot. And that can go in our 7 slot. Go in our 8 slot. There we go. We got all these shunting jobs I can do. So I'm going to get the loco moved over to the first one, and hopefully by that time it'll be a little bit lighter so y'all can see good. See you in a bit. Alrighty, I've got the loco. We're over here by the first cut of cars, and I did want to light up my lantern real quick. Kind of forgot you start with the lantern. Let's see, did I flick this? Yeah, there we go. Hey, how do we light this? Great question. I thought I had to light this with a lighter. Maybe that. Turn that up. Forgot how this works. No, we're supposed to be doing trains. Oh, you just click on it. Got it. There we go. Alright, we'll stick that back up in my backpack. There we go. That gives us a little bit of light. So anyway, onto the remote. If I bring the remote up, I need to turn this on. Then it's flashing blue. That means I can pair it with this loco. So you need to be like in or near the loco and then just click that button. And now we are paired up. So I'm going to hop down here on the ground, and we're going to get hooked up to this guy with our shiny new remote. And I'm going to say go into, I'm using my keys here. Police independent. And you can interact with the remote as well. You don't have to use the keyboard. Alright, there we go. We'll put her back in neutral. That's really sensitive. That, and then let's see, we got now, of course it's on the back end of the train. Run, run, run. Alright, then we can go turn this job in. Run down this track, so we're going to need to take it somewhere, right? So we're going to say go forward. bump of throttle, come off the independent brake. Let that start moving. I'm going to hit the right key. Okay, so we picked those up at B. B3I. We're taking them over to B4L to load up, which is the siding next door. It's getting hot. Something wrong with the brakes? Let's sort this out. Maybe I didn't hook up something right on the brakes. Did it throw the thingy on me again? No, that one's fine. That one's fine. Release that. Yeah, something's not right. Okay. What did I do wrong? I opened that valve, I opened that valve. Those are connected. Okay. What appears to be the problem here? Those handbrakes all look off. Took that one off. You're closed back here. Yeah, what's the deal? We set and release the train brake. Yeah, I hear it operating back here. Alright, well, I guess we'll troubleshoot live. It's always the best kind of video, right? We're watching some silly YouTuber and they can't figure it out. They're just being dumber than a sack of hammers. What's going on here? You're cut in. It's not releasing, so I'm clearly doing something wrong. Is it still just pumping it? Oh, it's still just pumping up. Okay, fair enough. Does it matter if I give it some RPMs? Yeah, my bad. I'm not used to a long cut of trains, and the air is so fast in this game. Compared to something like Run 8, I was not expecting it to have to pump that much. That was my bad. That explained it, though. Pay attention to what your train's telling you. It's like, I don't want to move this cut of cars. Well, why not? So we'll go ahead and put the independent on. Main reservoir is at 5. That should be enough to release. Maybe not. I'm not used to the bars. There we go. It's coming up on release. Take the handbrake off. Now we should be able to move. We just need to come up past this switch right here. And then back into B4L. So, super simple. My one gripe with the remote is the LED bar graphs don't line up. Necessarily. Like that's notched too, but it's only shows one part. But other than that, it's pretty good. They're up to about 10. That'll be fine. So you can see even with this relatively short train, having the remote is super nice. We can get down here by the switch. We'll just throw it by hand. Back off on the throttle. Because there is a slight downgrade once you get down there. Here we go. Now we're getting some sun peeking over the mountain. Excellent. And you can couple and uncouple from here, but I don't ever really use that because it's confusing. I don't use it enough to have it not be confusing, so I just don't usually bother. Alright, we just have to back up into 4L and we're good to go. So we're going to come back on the reverser, give it a bump of throttle, come off the brakes. Thanks for the comments. I don't have the name in front of me, but telling me the keys for the horn. Plus and minus on the numpad. And I think they said if you hit, yeah, if you hit Alt. Maybe one of those buttons. Anyway, there's a way to show the keys. A little more throttle on. You can see even with this train, the signal down here is down a few bars. Go, headed into 4L. And once we load it onto 4L, we just got to take it over to C yard. Oh, two of them go on the B1. Good to know. On. I think it may be level up here. Down towards that way, though. It's downhill going away from the yard. Alright, looking good. Good. I left my lantern on in there, didn't I? Go ahead and turn that off. Perfect. Yeah, we just have to be past the switch there, so that should do her. At a neutral. And we'll go ahead and throw the independent on. Logo. Lay down with the handbrake. That's a job well done, right in front of the office, so that works. Oh no, wait, we're not done yet. Gotta load it first. So we sprint down here to the control. Say load. There are no loadable trains parked on the track. Oh, am I unloading? Oh, unload. My bad. There it goes. Okay, now are the ones we need to put on B track at the back of the train? That would be nice. Who's at the back of the train? 185 is at the back of the train. Nope. 030 and 816 go on the B track. Okay, fair enough. So hopefully they're on this end of the train. Spam the F key to get back down here. We have 030 and 816. Alright, cool. So we shall come back and get you guys. Need to take these two over to a different track. And I unhooked from the loco before I needed to, like a complete noob. I was way ahead of myself. I was ready to move on to the next job. Here we go. Okay, so they go over to B1, which is just a hop, skip, and jump over here, right? Yeah, over there by those flat cars. So you need to be switched, and then we need to go down past that switch and back up. No problemo. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong keys there. I don't think I can change the headlights from here. I gotta remember that we're backing up. Must have left something on. World's worst engineer. Or do I have my headlights on back? Oh, I got my headlights on backwards. Caution, world's worst engineer. It's one of those days. You ever have one of those days where you've got a super busy day at work and then you're trying to record something real quick on your lunch break and you just make a complete fool out of yourself? Good times. Hey, look at that. When you're not shoving against a big train, you can move. Who knew? One advantage of the Lincoln pin couplers is if you back into something, you don't automatically couple up to it. All right, over to you. I don't do much horning. Don't do much blowing of the horn on this game. Probably should. Wish you could ride on the ladder. That would be fun. Yeah, right back into 1S. I think S stands for storage in this game. Got incoming, loading, output, and storage, I believe is what all the stuff stands for. Alrighty. Lock you guys down. Now we can unhook. Beautiful. Look out, world. We are coming through. And then the rest of the terrain goes over to C4. C4, that sounds fun. Something wrong. We can get you all the way back. There we go. I scrolled multiple times, but it only moved once. It's not always one-to-one with your mouse scroll wheel. Yeah, we stopped a little short, but you know what? We got a remote for that. Yeah, that'll work. A little bit of a hard couple. Okay, and we may need to Oh, is it switching the lights automatically? That's what's going on. How do I tell it not to do that? That's annoying. I want to manage the lights myself. That's how the lights ended up reversed. It's doing it on its own. Anyway, we need to get on over to C4. So let's get moving. Got that off. We got the brake pipe. Looks like it should be recharged. The main reservoir's back up. Perfect. My last series, I tried the Steam Loco. That was a handful. Alright, so if I bring this up, we're going to want to go into the C yard. C4, so we go left, left. And there are some cars already in C4. Alright, good to know. Alright, then C4 is the switch right here. Yep, then that should go over to C4, right? No, I need to switch that one. The chart gets a little confusing sometimes. All right, we need revoice. We need some throttle. We might need some sand. This is empty. We'll see if we can get moving. Yeah, we got moving, so that's good. Now, can I somehow get on top of this car? Yay! Third time's the charm, right? The ladders, I don't think they're climbable, so be a little bit of a trick. And let's just double check. We are going to C4S. Yes, indeed. Rain should be coming up off the grade mostly. Maybe not. Maybe there's still some grade right in here. But yeah, because I started rolling out of the service area when I released the brakes. There was a little bit of a grade there. I kind of hear the horn. If I don't have that up and I hit the key, does it work? It does not. So you have to have the remote up. Oh, that was the wrong button. That's why it didn't work. I'll test that again when I'm not getting ready to crash into some other cars. throttle's for sure off. If I don't have this in my hand, I say go back to neutral. Yeah, it doesn't work. Got it. At least it didn't work for me that time. Alright, are we in? Sort of. I'm going to go ahead and push her back just a touch. So you go back into reverse. Right? Yeah. Okay, I think we're in the track. Let's go double check. Oh no, we're not quite far enough in here, are we? Come on. Not quite. Need to come back at least another car length. So we'll need to hook onto these cars. Shove them. Somewhat safe manner. Alright, that ought to do. Now we should be able to turn the job in. People told me it doesn't have to be past this number sign. It has to be clear of the switch. That's clear of the switch in my opinion. In fact, I don't think you even have to look it from the train. Let's test that theory. Come on, let me out. Let me out. So in theory, this job on our 6 key is done now. Yep. And done in time, so that was an easy 33 grand. Nice. Alright, the next one is SU-76, which is a long train. Are you? No, you're 74. You're 76. So it's all these gondolas here. Okay. Well, I think I'll do some more shunting here. It's good money. Do y'all want to come along for the ride? I don't know how long you want these videos to be. So if we pull up number 7 here. We're just doing another unload, so it's going to be going over to B track? Yeah, because I don't think... Yeah, there's no load. I don't think there's a load and unload on the C yard, is there? Just on the B yard? So, we just need to hook on to... Just need to hook on to those guys. No problem. Yeah, it's still flipping my light switches, which is really annoying. I'm just going to turn them off. I don't know if that's a realistic setting that you can't turn off. Or, I don't know. Maybe that's in the option somewhere. Somebody in the comment section will know. Because the comment section knows everything. Trust me. Comment section can even, not even, they don't even own the game and they'll still tell you how to play. You're doing it all wrong. Nope. Come on, one notch. There you go. Just one notch, if you please. Hold up way past that switch. So we'll get hooked onto this, and then as I'm Pulling out of here, I can run over and turn the job in. Get it? Not quite. Perfect. Not quite perfect. There we go. Oh, it's actually on this end of the train for a change. Yeah, we'll let that pump some air. I'll leave that open. The reservoir's pretty good. We got a release. Excellent. We'll let that start pulling out, and I'm going to go hand in my job here. Number 7. Couple on to C3. Yep, take it over to B4. That's exactly what I thought would happen. This is, I think it's a 0.7 negative grade, so... How heavy was this? Oh yeah, we can do it. 630 tons was a real struggle. Shit, 500 will handle. Yeah, job I did in between episodes, I nearly got stuck down here. it was all I could do with sand and carefully not overheating everything to creep back up into the yard at like 2 kilometers an hour. It was brutal. Alrighty, so we do need to come back past the switch right here. Then it's back over to B4L. A little bit of air on, just keep that under control. Sorry, left, and then oh, that's not right. I need to go to the sawmill. Also need to pay attention to my train. Had a little bit of brakes on. I need more brakes on. Now, that don't look right. Wonder if things were getting wonky on me. We do it without sand? Like we're sort of moving. Yeah, we're good. Take a little while, but we're good. So yeah, we're headed over to B. So we need a left, left, left. Over into B, we need a left, left. We're still headed in 4. Excellent. Right up here in the scrap. We have a mighty shove back there, DE2. It's like, I'm trying, boss. Wouldn't want to do much more than 500 or 600 ton. You'd be stuck down there. Yeah, there's this couple and uncouple, and then I don't remember. That number is like from the loco, maybe? I forget. There's a way to use the remote, though, to couple and uncouple. I just, like I said, I haven't used it enough to be that familiar with it. So it's confusing. Plus, I kind of like the interaction. Doing all the hoses and angle cocks and stuff. A little more with no overheating. Looks like we might get away with it. Yeah, I know. I'm coming back. Coming back on the throttle. I was just giving it a little blip. You can tell we're getting up off the grade now. The speed's coming up. This kind of shunting work would be good for the DM3. It's a real beast. A little bit of a handful to drive with the twin stick gearbox. Good fun. Did some of that last season. You haven't checked out the playlist. Wasn't a super long series, 8 or 9 videos, something like that. If I remember right. Alright, 10's plenty. Let's let this thing cool down. So once again, we're unloading, and then we're taking all but 4 stay here on the B track. 188 or 973. Okay, cool. So it's those cars. Go over to C, so we can just pull the whole train back out, stick the B track cars over on B1, and then head over to C and be done. Be down far enough. Considered on the loading track. That should do her. Run down here to the magic unloader. It changes the vehicle weight, but I don't see like the springs don't move or anything. Kind of disappointing. But simulate everything. Okay, so we need to go over to, was B1? Yeah, we need to come over here to B1 track again. So we need to come down past this switch right here. We need to go forward? I've already forgotten. Keeps switching the lights on me. Yeah. It's really annoying. I wish it wouldn't do that. I'll have to look into see if there's a way to set it not to fiddle with the lights. I'll try to turn them off. Go ahead and set it again for what it's worth. We're coming past this switch, right? Yeah, this one. Sometimes you just gotta blow the horn, right? It's like in a railroader. See that signal start to drop as it gets away. And I think if you get the caboose, there's a caboose you can get. I'm pretty sure that boosts the signal, from what I've heard in other comments. Been watching Squirrel series. Learning a lot. And learning a lot of, like, what not to do. Sometimes you just gotta wonder if some of these bigger YouTubers don't make mistakes just to drive up engagement. He does some pretty silly stuff for his guy with as much time in the game as he's got. Look at that. Perfection. You gotta love it. Alright, can I get up in here again? Here we go. Ooh, it's empty this time. I stand on the edge? Sort of. Alright, we want to go backwards, please. Then we're going to have to hook on to two different sets of cars here. Actually, while we're coming back, let me just go take the handbrake off of this. Come on. Handbrake on you. Your handbrake is on this end. That's good. Ow. Guess it. I don't know. The brake modeling in this. You know, I guess they're considered bled out, even though I just left them here with the error. Maybe there was an application. I don't know how realistic the brakes are in this game. I haven't really done much testing. I guess I left it there with the air bottled, so yeah, and there was probably no brake application on it. So that's probably did what it should do. Yeah, man. Here you go. Yep, you're off. Climb this ladder, right? Sort of. I can jump up to the top of the boxcar. Wait, what? Not. Oh, I didn't. I thought I clicked on that. Oh, right, I'd thrown it. I'm such a big old dum-dum sometimes. Not even on purpose either, I'm just a big old dum-dum. I dumped the air and then I completely forgot. Oh, look out! I guess we clipped through that. You guys on out of the trap here. Come on, quit leaning. Okay, I need to come back at least like 2 cars. How much room do I have back here? Oh, we got a whole nother thingy. Fair enough. Okay, you guys are hooked up. You guys are hooked up. You guys are hooked up. We can actually come back. Yeah, we're going to be wheel slipping and overheating. Wheeze are back. The air is probably still charging in here. Pushing a little hard. Let's keep one blip on. Need to run all the way down here and see. I've got maybe another car length I can push in. This might have been a bad choice of job. Oh, right. We got the 4 cars, so we're probably fine. So 4 of these, right? Was it 4? Yeah, 188. 2, 3, probably this guy. Yeah, alright, so we're good. We are good. Handbrake on you. I'm going to dump the air. That's what you would normally do. Then these go over to C4. We need to go over to the C yard. Which is where we were dumping the last little bit. So this is probably going to end up being like an hour-long video. Hope you all like Derail Valley. If you're still here at this point in the video, I know you like it. Where you were skipping ahead, like, when is this guy gonna end? Yeah, we got full release, so we're good to go. Stick it right onto that C4 yard. Hopefully there's enough room there. Okay, we are in reverse. Ride the rails. Let's see. We need to get that guy switched. There we go. And then hopefully we got enough room for 4 more cars back there. I think we probably will. Not quite so much weight. We can come back up here with a little more authority. Should have been ready with the hook here. It all worked out. Oh boy. I don't know if I hooked those up or not. Let's see. Let's get that release. Let's get the throttle on. Yeah, those are hooked up. All right, cool. So we'll just bring these flat cars back to about there, and then that should be about right. Hey, we're back up to 100 grand even before I turn this one in. Okay, let's hope that's enough, because that's all I got to give, basically. We come back just a little more. Is that just the sun glinting off of there? I guess it is. Bright, sunshiny day. Ooh, it just fits. It's weird. Why does it jump like that? Okay. Being all weird. Also, thanks for the comment. Somebody was telling me that when you start and stop the engine, it's a lot of wear and tear, actually. So it's better just to leave it idling when you're doing stuff. So I don't know if that's different. I've always heard from the big guys to turn it off, but so I don't know if that's old news or what. There we go, completed. Another 24 grand. Excellent. So that brings us back up to 124. So even after buying the remote, we're at more starting money. More money than we started with. So I'll probably go ahead and do that other one off camera. This video's gone on long enough. But there we go. We've got the remote. That is super duper handy, especially for the shunting or switching when you're in the yard. So look forward to making some more bucks with that. And I got to figure out the light thing. That's driving me nuts. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.